And we're back on SportsLine. We're talking the YWCA, we're talking men, we're talking the Vanderbilt Legends charity basketball game coming up on Saturday, July the 1st. Our guest tonight, Shan Foster, former Vanderbilt basketball legend and the current Director of External Affairs at the YWCA. The Vanderbilt Legends charity basketball game presented by Jordan Matthews and his foundation comes up Saturday, July the 1st, 10 a.m. All proceeds go to the YWCA and MEND. Adult tickets, $10. Tickets for kids, $5. And speaking of Jordan, the Matthews mission is what his foundation is all about. Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver established the Matthews mission in 2016 to give back to the communities that have shaped him as an athlete, teammate, friend, and citizen. Matthews' mission central theme is to work with these communities to feed the hungry, educate the children, empower the family, and donate to those in need. The Matthews Mission Fund is a component fund of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. We were talking a little bit, Shane. He has a huge heart for Nashville because of his time. Again, we're talking about a guy who didn't grow up here, but he went to Vanderbilt and fell in love with this place while in school. We see that a lot, but he's certainly one of the guys that epitomizes that, and now coming back and still very early in his professional career, but figuring out a way to give back to the community.
It's huge. I mean, Jordan had a very similar career to myself at Vanderbilt University, and just seeing how the city of Nashville just embraces you. You know, someone who is not from here. You know, I think back to when I came to school here, you know, the summer after my freshman year, Hurricane Katrina hits New Orleans back at home, and I can't get in touch with my family for like a week. And the way that Nashville embraced me during that time, this became my second home. You know, and people still, to this day, I still keep in touch with teachers and dean of schools. I mean, that's unheard of for most athletes. You know, they're seeing the superstar guys who don't really connect. But I really had an opportunity, and Jordan's had an opportunity to really connect with people in the city and especially in the Vanderbilt community. And this is a place that you can call home. It's a great place to raise a family, to have great business. We have great schools here. And so it's just really, really a special place. And
he was really affected by the stuff you showed him at your shelter and other things as well, which I think anybody would be when they walk in or they hear the numbers, as we've talked about several times on the program tonight. Don't forget, our phone lines are open, 737-7767. If you want to get in on the conversation or ask something to Shane. Jordan's not the only one, though. There are a lot of guys who have given their platform as professional athletes that we see, and we have them up on a pedestal. They've used that platform to help. And I thought one of the most impactful things I've seen in a long time was when you guys unveiled the Unsilence the Violence campaign. And I imagine a lot of people have seen it by now. It's at Predators games and around town and commercials, things like that, where you see these people that have tape over their mouths and they literally rip it off. Mike Fisher of the Predators, PK Subban of the Predators, Sean Henry, as you've mentioned a couple times, Preds president. We've seen a lot of other people. Dana Ford, Tennessee State's been very involved. Other athletic figures. How critical has it been to have those types of people step up, step to the plate, and really help you hit a home run with this campaign?
It's really been phenomenal, and it's priceless. You know, when you have those guys who have been put on a pedestal, who have reached the pinnacle of their careers, who say, you know, this is something that not only should I lend my brand to, but that I should be involved in. And really, I mean, the list goes on and on and on about who's been involved in this campaign to really make it a success. And a lot of it is just the message in itself, unsilence the violence. You hear the guys saying, this is the last day that I'm going to be silent about what it is that I'm hearing. So when I'm in that bar and I hear a guy, you know, call his girlfriend or his wife outside of their name, I'm going to say something about that. I'm no longer going to be silent about it. When I see things happening in my community, when I see things happening in my own family, I'm not going to be silent about it anymore. I'm going to unsilence the violence. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about the issues. You know, just recently, last week, we just had someone die in our own community from the hands of her spouse or her partner. we got to talk about that. Those can't be things that we continue to brush off because we feel like it's not affecting us. Well, it does affect us because it's in our community. It's in our own backyard. And these are people who have other folks who love and care about them the same way we love and care about those in our lives as well. And we would want somebody to do the same for our family.
Absolutely. Sometimes uncomfortable conversations, but conversations that need to be had. This game, the Vanderbilt Legends charity basketball game, will take place at Memorial Gym on the Vanderbilt campus. Obviously a place that is near and dear to your heart, as it is to Jordan Matthews. How supportive has Vanderbilt been to this mission? David Williams in particular, the athletics director.
David Williams is one of the most phenomenal leaders this country has, and I mean that with all sincerity. Just his leadership, his wisdom that he's lent. He's on our advisory committee for MEND. He's been there from the very beginning, super supportive. When we went to him and said that we wanted to do this, the very first thing he said was, yes, let's do it. And not only just him, we're excited because Bryce Drew is going to coach against Derek Mason in this game. So having Vanderbilt basketball coach versus Vanderbilt football coach is incredible. That speaks to the heart of these guys and how excited they are to be a part of something that's bigger than a sport. This is about creating a better community and a better city and better schools for the city of Nashville. Think about how much better our quality of life would be if violence was not present.
It'd be incredible.
It'd be incredible. And so that's what we're trying to do. And it's an easy message to get behind. And we couldn't be more proud and excited to have such influential people in our community step up, get behind our mission, and really move it forward.
And it's really not that difficult either, once you understand the message, to show up to one of these events, to lend your time, to go into the school and to help, to just give some money to help the program go with it. There's so many things people can get involved. So as I say that, if someone's listening at home tonight, maybe they don't have a young kid that needs to go in the program or something, but they're saying, gosh, this is a great thing. How can I further the cause? What would you tell them?
I would say go to our website. You can go to www.ywcanashville.com. All of our information is there. Our programs are there. Follow us on social media. Social media is huge nowadays. You would be surprised the impact that it would make when you retweet something that we're putting out there, making sure that the message goes far beyond just our reach. I always say when I go and speak for major conferences, I'm only one person, but if everybody in this room goes out and touches 10 of their friends with this message, how impactful would that be? And then, like you said, support our events and the events of other organizations in the city that are doing great work as it relates to this issue. And so that's what I would say. You can also, if you want to come to the game, please come to the game, invite other people to come to the game. We're asking organizations to support this effort by becoming sponsors. We're really providing complimentary tickets to all youth organizations in the city of Nashville, and we're doing that by our sponsors being able to pay for those tickets. And so we're excited about that. If this is something that you're passionate about, something you want to be involved in, go to our website, make a donation. You can email me at shane.foster@YWCA Nashville as well.
Shan Foster is our guest tonight. Our phone lines are open. 737-7767 is the number. Ariel's been waiting for a while. Ariel, we appreciate that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
So I just had a quick question for Shane. I see that Coach Mason and Coach Drew are coaching this game, both pretty competitive guys. How competitive can we expect this game to be?
Very good question. This is going to be an extremely competitive game. Like you said, neither coach wants to lose. And then you're talking about some NFL guys. You got some former NBA guys that are going to be playing. And you got police officers, you got firefighters, you got teachers. Nobody wants to lose.
It may not be the prettiest game of all time, but I guarantee you nobody out there wants to go home with the L.
Not at all. Not at all.
Perfect. So a good chance to catch some pretty good basketball.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. And great athletes. athletes. Ariel, we appreciate the call. Great athletes. I mean, from yourself, the Vanderbilt fans and SEC basketball fans certainly would know, to guys like Jordan who are playing in the NFL. You mentioned Zach Stacy, some of the other guys that are going to be there. I mean, these are guys that you watch, did watch at Vanderbilt Star, watch on Sundays in the NFL and elsewhere, and now you're going to put them all on the court. And your coaches, I mean, I think that's going to be pretty fun, too, to have those two coaches there. I'm going to give Bryce the slight edge. Those are two good coaches, but on the basketball floor, I give Bryce the edge in the X's and O's. You talked about the sponsors, Shane. How helpful is that to have people step to the plate, and who are some of the people who have really stepped up in a big way to help you with this event?
Well, first and foremost, where there is no money, there's no mission, right? That's the mantra, unfortunately, behind nonprofit work. And so you have to have people and organizations that support your work to really move the mission forward. And so we've been very fortunate, very, very fortunate to have Allstate, having the Allstate Foundation, having the Nashville Predators, having Bank of America, having Verizon. We've been very fortunate to form great relationships and partnerships with them. And let me just say also that these aren't partnerships where they only provide financial benefit. These are true partnerships. They come and they volunteer for our events. They come and they make sure that their staff are being trained. So we're very, very excited about the seriousness of not only the issue, but the participation and the engagement from our partners.
It's absolutely terrific. And I've got to think, too, to be able to bring some of these kids in free of charge on the sponsorship thing, this is the perfect environment for them, as we talked about. All these athletes that they've seen before, whether it's at Vanderbilt or whether it's on Sunday playing in an NFL game. Now they get to see them up close and personal, and not just see them play basketball in this case, but to be role models, because they are. We all are. But in these cases, these are guys with that platform. That's got to be invaluable, really priceless, to be able to put those kids in that situation.
Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, one of the things I always said when I was at Vanderbilt University is that I am a better person than I am an athlete. But most people don't get to see your heart. They only get to see you on the court or on the field doing what you do as a profession. And so this is an opportunity to really see the heart of not only the NFL guys, but the heart of our community, the heart of the Metro Nashville Police Department, the heart of Metro Nashville Public Schools, you know, the heart of our firefighters, the heart of our teachers and our coaches. This is an opportunity to see that they're normal people who are just passionate about really making a difference in the community and really love the kids. At the end of the day, they're the next generation that's going to move this country forward. And so to make sure that they're getting this message, that we teach this next generation how to value and respect women and girls, and being able to say, hey, look at me, I'm going to be the leader. You follow my lead. We're going to do this together. They're
going to be the first generation that's had this type of training and awareness at an early age that has a real chance to make a lasting impact on this problem. It's exciting to see this happen and this transformation come. It's long overdue, but hopefully they can now make that impact moving forward. We got to take a break coming up here. Phone lines are still open, 737-7767, the number. If you want to call in, we can continue this discussion with Shane. We'll talk more about the Vanderbilt Legends charity basketball game presented by Jordan Matthews and the Matthews Mission, benefiting the YWCA and the MEND program here in Nashville. So much more to get to. SportsLine coming back after this break right here on News Channel 5+.